Coach was saying yesterday you guys kind of used that last week to evaluate a lot of things. How productive was that for you in getting things done with the offense?
I think it was huge. It was really good to be able to really evaluate a lot of different people, evaluate the quarterback specifically, get to see them in some different atmospheres and different situations. It's always good to have some of those resets, especially after coming off a game like that where shows we got a long way to go. So it was really good to go out that week, get some good practices in, and get better.
What do you think of the challenge this week? What's going to be important for you guys?
Yeah, playing a really good defense with Cincinnati. They're good across the board. D-line, linebacker, secondary. It's going to be really important for us to do what we do and execute. We can't make mental mistakes. Can't turn the ball over. The same things that we talk about really each week. Very similar to playing Notre Dame's defense. It was a great defense. Cincinnati is right up there as well. So making sure that we do the little things right, working on our details, and then having some balance in the run game and pass game. Like I said last week, we've got to continue to get better and improve in the passing game and make some of those throws down the field work. And so that's going to be really important this game.
What impresses you most about their defense? I know their interior is a senior-heavy group that's been growing together the last 3 years. And
Absolutely.
What impresses you most about the unit?
Yeah, I think that D-line does a great job, and I think they're very well structured and very well coached. That defense, you can tell, they fly around. Even watching the Army game this weekend from home, even though it's not the same schematically. Obviously they're doing the triple option stuff, but seeing those guys fly around, they got good team speed on defense. That D-line gets up the field and creates some disruptive plays, and you can tell it's a very well-coached group with a very good scheme.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about Luke Fickell's defense and expand more on that? Some of the kind of variation of looks that he shows a lot of different teams and kind of the challenges that you'll see with that?
Yeah, he's got a couple good packages that he has. Between the 4-down and 3-down, you're going to see both of those fronts. I think the 3-down package that they've really gotten to a good bit over the last year, and saw a good bit against Austin Peay, does a really good job of taking away some of the edges of the defense and having some overhang players protecting some stuff of some of your perimeter plays. It's very sound, it's very structured in a unique way that's a little bit different than what you see week to week. And then he's got the ability to get to his normal 4-down front as well and do some things out of that where they got some really good pass rushers. So I think the variety of different things that they can do is really impressive and very well coached.
Charlie, this is obviously not an excuses-based profession.
Yeah.
But how much has COVID disrupted what y'all are trying to do? Not just a quarterback, but everywhere. You haven't even had your starting 11 yet in a game.
Yeah, and it's a very unique year. The only thing I would say is just everybody's dealing with it, and so obviously there's going to be problems with it, and hey, there's a player here or there missing, and obviously you want to have that whole group, but we got to find a way to create some depth and create some other players, and it's been good in a way that you get some younger guys some action when they normally haven't, and we're going to need those guys into conference play and into the season. So obviously it's tough, but we got to work on getting better and work on controlling the things that we can control, and we can't control COVID,
Right.
So we got to work on what we do and get the players that we have ready to go.
Coach was saying last week maybe the position he's most pleased with is offensive line. Good protection 2 games in a row. Just your thoughts on how the offensive line is playing and the depth you have.
Yeah, I think Coach Mo's done a great job with that unit. I think we talked about it over the summer about how that group really kind of made that decision that they were going to put the work in to really improve, and I think that's certainly shown in a big way. And like you said, there's been multiple players that have had to step up with certain people being out, and so that's really encouraging, and I'm really looking forward to when all those guys are finally back in action. We can play 8, 9 guys, let them roll and keep everybody fresh and feel good about them.
Their secondary, could you just speak to them? That's kind of like considered a strong point of what they do.
Absolutely. Both of their corners do a really good job. Do a good job both to the boundary and field with 12 and 7. The secondary, they play a good bit of DBs in their nickel package. You can tell why, because they got great team speed and they can fly around and make plays. They put them in a lot of situations where they're in man coverage, and they do a really good job. So it's certainly a big task this week, especially for our wideouts and quarterbacks, going against a good secondary that we got to get ready to go and compete and see their techniques and know how to play.
Do you anticipate you'll see predominantly man coverage?
Yeah, I think you know, until we show that we can really push that ball down the field, I think that's something that we always got to expect to be ready to see.
Thank you.
Good.